Hello lovelies, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. Well, today I'm handheld on my phone waiting for the RAC because Friday the 13th struck yesterday and I had a tyre blowout. So instead of going out filming adventures today, I've still got a car on the drive waiting for a second relay to get blown out tyres fixed. So while I'm kind of stuck indoors on a child-free weekend, I thought I would change my tarot trolley. So it's currently got decks on there that I used in the summer, and around the room as well there's decks everywhere. So do you want to come along with me while I sort out my decks? You can see some of my spaces, you can see some of my collection. I'll show you the decks that I loved in the summer, some of the decks that I want to try and use this autumn as we go into the darker half of the year. Just see my space and my collection, and just to hear me ramble about decks. If that sounds good, then come along. So just to show you the spaces I'm working with, I've got my current decks out here that I'm working with. So I'm working with the Luminous Void and the Cantor G Oracle, and then the Mind's Eye Tarot with the Aquarian Tarot. Look how beautiful that combo is. I've done some Morrigan work over here, so the Crow Tarot is out with Nature Spirit cards. Okay, so where have I got decks? This has got decks in bags and current decks on there. I have some decks here as well on my bookcase with my dolls, and over here at this altar, this is all full of decks, and I have some decks in the trolley there. So these are the decks I got out during summer, so we're going to start with going through that first. Okay, so let's go through some of these. Now my Thoth box is empty because the other deck that box is going to be empty is this one down here. Those are in piles up on my desk doing a Thoth study, trying to learn keywords and trying to realise what this deck is. So those two boxes are empty, but I've not actually used those for readings. Okay, so the Thoth and the Outgrow Yourself, I'm going to keep those out because I still want to do study. Right, let's think about the water decks. So I did use a load of water decks this summer. I think the element of water began to call. In particular, I think the place where water meets land, that sort of liminal space. So there were a number of water decks are still out on here that I did use. So my daughter gave me this one back. I used that one as well. There are some other water decks I used, but they're not all on here. So the water decks all got used. What else really got used? Oh yeah, the Stranger Things tarot. So I opened that one up. Absolutely adored the Stranger Things tarot. The Urban Tarot got used for the first time. That's what sent me down the Thoth rabbit hole. So the Rebecca Campbell decks, I used the Starseed and the Healing Waters. I've still got the Ancient Stones Oracle out as well, which I'm really enjoying. This new Folklore Tarot got used as well, which I loved. Okay, on here are two decks in constant use. That's the Weavers with the Ritual Oracle. Those are altar decks. I'm going to move those. This is a deck for Wonder Walking as well. That got used as well. The Universal Folk Tarot got used. That I need to do a follow-up video for that, which I promised as well. The Animal Apothecary got a little bit of use. Let me show you other decks in the summer that I also used. So some have been just put on this shelf here. So another highly used one, the Destiny deck. I loved that one. The Ancient Stones Oracle as well. I used the Bug Tarot. I used, that's another watery oracle that I used. Soul Journeys Oracle card got used. This is the Mountain Dreamers Tarot, that got used. The Rose Oracle got used. the Stolen Child Tarot as well, as did the Faceted Garden. Cozy Witch Tarot was one of my favourites of summer. The Mermaid Tarot, I absolutely loved that, and the Water Alchemy Oracle, those were in those water decks. Oh, and look at this shelf up here, another two that are currently in use, the Mind's Eye Tarot and the Luminous Void. So there are a lot of decks you can see that I did use. And then over in the drawers over here, oh, the Rooted Woman was a well-used oracle, which I love. You've got current boxes out here and here. Gorgon's Tarot I haven't actually used in my practice yet, but that's out because of the walkthrough I did. And then these are all decks in bags, which I kind of forget what's in them, to be honest. Decks in bags, oh, I don't know as they work for me in bags, you know, I just forget what they are. Okay, so that's what I used in the summer. Let's go back to the trolley and have a look what I didn't use. So what was on here that I didn't use and why? Oh, the Angelarium I used briefly. So that can come off the trolley. The Enchanted Vorhaxa, just haven't got round to it yet. The Hanson Roberts I love. I wish I'd have used that in the summer, just didn't get round to it. The Herb Crafters, I never got round to it because I haven't been doing my garden and I feel so guilty about not doing my garden. Why haven't I been in the garden? Because next door we've got new neighbours who've got cats, and Rupert has smashed through all the gates. He's literally now smashed the gates to smithereen trying to get to the cats when they keep wandering into the garden. So in order to stop that, I've barricaded some of the gates until I've got the energy to build new gates, because I can't afford gates and I just haven't had the energy. So barricading the dog out also means I've barricaded myself out. And the Herb Crafters, it kind of feels like when I did Garden Arcana, it feels like my garden, so it's very sadly not been used, and it's kind of tugged at me that that's not been used. The Guardian Tarot, I love this deck but I hardly ever use it. The Cosmic Slumber Tarot as well, I've never really used that. The Chakra Oracle, I haven't used that this year. Oh, Mother Mary, that needs to come out. That's been well used, so that's another one that's out. What else have we got down here? Shakespeare Tarot has had a little bit of use on my trips to Stratford, so that can come out. Oh my gosh, the Ellis deck. I bought this second hand and I love it, but I've never used it. No intention of getting rid of it, but I've just not used it. The Kawaii and the Chrysalis as well haven't been used this summer. Then on the bottom, another deck like the Ellis deck. This is the Green Witch Tarot. I never use it, even though I love it. And the Lioness Oracle Tarot's not been used. The Rosebud Tarot, no. Again, I think because they've got roses in and I felt so guilty about my garden, I've not been using them. Oh, the Oracle of the Innocent Heart has had some use, so that can come out. Legendary Lady's not ever been used. The Muse, no. The Avalonian Oracle, no. And this is the Mystic Dream Tarot. That's not been used, I don't think, this year. So you can see there are a few that haven't been used, but not that many. Okay, let's just have a look at some of my favourites from summer, and then I'm going to see if there's any of these that I want to keep out. We're going to look at them. Favourites that I'm putting away. Cozy Witch Tarot, I absolutely adored this, along with the Destiny deck. So those are the backs of the Cozy Witch Tarot. These are the gorgeous backs of the Destiny Tarot. So there was just something about the way that these two decks worked when put together that I loved. I think this summer I loved finding a more pictorial deck with a more sort of pippish deck with less imagery. So that's been a big development in what I've enjoyed using this summer. Before I've been like not really as keen on pippish decks, but I think the way that I've changed my practice to work with my week ahead spread, it's just really lent itself to having one deck slightly more pippish than the other. And these two, that they've been really lovely. Not only the way that they look together, I think there's something beautiful and warm and inviting, like a really nice warm summer's day about them. But they've also, it's beyond mere aesthetics, like the messages that they have offered up and kind of the magic that they've offered up, and the synchronicities and the aha moments and the repeat cards. It's been like quite a trip with these two decks, and it's really been like a summer companion pairing, and I've loved it. I think some other key decks as well, the Rooted Woman Oracle, along with the Angelarium and Stranger Things. So these decks, I think Stranger Things as a tarot deck kind of blew me away. I wasn't expecting how I felt, to be honest, about this deck. It is like your sort of fan fiction deck. Wasn't sure that I was going to particularly enjoy that. Absolutely proved wrong, because I absolutely loved it. Really great reader, really poignant at times. Again, a really nice magical companion. And this, along with the Rooted Woman Oracle, although very, very different in style and thematically as well, this is very much sort of your adventure storytelling deck with a more urban setting, and this is, you know, much more sort of druidic feeling, as it were, and like nature spirits. But it just worked beautifully. And I suppose if you think about Stranger Things, it is entering like different worlds and parallel worlds, which I suppose, like walking into nature, you know, some of these, it's almost like finding the alternative reality. Perhaps that's why it's worked, but for me it just really did. Total surprise. Some of the most poignant, incredible weeks ever with tarot were with these two, and yeah, I loved it. Like I say, you wouldn't think that these would speak, so it just goes to show it's not always just about aesthetics or matching themes with decks. I think if they speak, they speak. And then, like, I threw in another completely random oracle with these, simply because I was like being called to, and the card that I worked with the most is this one. Again, just 3 decks that randomly, you'd never dream of putting them together, really. And why did I put them together? Just, they were calling to me out the cupboard, like put me with this one. So I had the tarot reading, I had a oracle card sort of in light energy, and I had a shadow oracle card, which is what this one was. And the 3 of them, oh my gosh, they were brilliant. I loved it. Like I say, the weeks I worked with these 3 together, some of the most gorgeous weeks with divination and oracle and tarot that I've ever had. So sometimes you just got to listen to what's calling you, whether you think it's going to work or not, because that's what I did in the summer and found it was absolute magic. And lastly, I think another standout pairing for me of the summer was the Mermaid Tarot, along with the Sea Soul Journey oracle cards. This oracle I've absolutely loved, and the Mermaid Tarot, oh gosh, it has been gorgeous. Again, some beautifully magical synchronicities and some amazing week ahead spreads to work with. Made equally wonderful because I've been working with them up by the ocean. And what's going on here? There we go. No, still all muddled. So yeah, these 2 have really floated my boat this summer. So much so that, again, this oracle's been pulled out with non-water decks to work with. like I've paired this one with the Mountain Dream Tarot as well, so I've paired it with other photography decks. Just didn't want to put this one away, to be honest, guys. I think if you want a beautiful water-based oracle, then that's fabulous. I will link in the description box the video that I made sharing all my water-based decks, and if you would be interested in me seeing like a fire-based tarot collection, an earth-based tarot collection, as well as an air-based tarot collection, so to like look at decks linked to the elements, then let me know, because that's something I'm considering doing. I mean, look at this, just a fabulous pairing. So there's been more decks that I've loved just as much, but I'm going to stop there, because now I'm going to try and find some decks to move forward with into the dark part of the year. So my August, autumn, spooky vibe decks. Let's see what we can bring out now moving forward. So let's look now at decks that I've already got out that I'm working with. Like I said, I am absolutely loving the Mind's Eye Tarot with the Aquarian Tarot. They're both new decks to me. Look at them together. That's definitely a pairing I'm interested in working with and continuing to work with, as I am the Cantergy and the Luminous Void. So those are all staying out. I'm also going to put out the Gorgons Tarot. I wonder whether the Gorgons Tarot and the Aquarian Tarot as well might not look fantastic together. Okay, I definitely know that there's a deck in these little baskets. By the way, this basket, guys, I found on the side of the road. Isn't it fabulous? So in here is a deck that I'm really excited to work with, so I'll show you in a minute what that is. Oh my gosh, what is in all of these bags? I can never remember, guys. Can you see the mess I'm making? Got all the bags over there. I've got the stuff on the floor here. I've got stuff behind me. Okay, I'm just going to grab out everything that I think I want, and then we're going to see if we can find some nice ways of pairing them. Now, is there anything left on the tarot trolley that I feel like I want to work with? I want to go to some more Shakespeare houses, so I'm going to keep that one out. The Avalonian Oracle, might I use that one? I think I might use that one. That out there. Right, in this cupboard, what have we got that screams autumn? So guys, I still haven't used either of these. These were a gift off my gorgeous friend Shannon. I'm going to get those out because those really do have sort of autumnal energy. If you wonder what these are, it's the Smoke, Ash and Embers and the Oak, Ash and Thorn. And I also have another parcel from Shannon with the other latest deck in, which needs unboxing. I'm still falling into the trap of saving decks for a special occasion, and I just can't do that. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, do you know what? The Shimmering Veil. I need to bring that one out as well. And I have a Dragon Tarot, which I brought for next to nothing, which isn't even open yet. Let's bring that, all my dragon decks out as well for the Fire of Autumn. What else? Look, there's an Earth Alchemy Oracle there that isn't even opened either. The Hush Tarot, that's a definite. That's been calling to me for a while. I'm just literally looking at these shells, just thinking what is really calling. I'm going to pull out Les Vampires. Oh, also I spy in here this one, which is the Light Visions Tarot in a tin. This is a part of the deck swap that I did with the lovely Sandra over at the Spirit of Avalon, so that one can come out as well. What have we got in this side? We have, is there anything over here that is calling? Yes, there is the Witch Oracle. That's really calling. I am going to bring out the Lord of the Rings Tarot as well. Oh, the Raven's Prophecy is really calling as well. Elemental Power Tarot. I'm going to bring that one out. The Shadowland. This needs me to finish edging it, so that one's coming out. I think I'm going to bring the John Bauer out. So I've not used the Unfolding Path yet. This was the last deck in the deck swap with Sandra, so I might bring that one out. We have the Brian Froud Fairy. I'm going to bring that one out. What have we got at the back here? The Black Lily. I think I'm going to bring the Black Lily out. Dark Grimoire can come out as well. Okay, my gosh, I've got so many decks out everywhere. Is there anything in here that I want to bring out? You can see I've got decks literally everywhere. Oh, I see at the back of there we have the Lord of the Rings fan deck. Hang on, let me grab that. Look, there it is. That is one that I am itching to get back to. I am going to... Oh, the Deviant Moon needs to come out. Okay, there's so many. There's so many in here. Okay, I'm just going to... Oh, there's another one linked to a book at the back there. So there's this Raven Wand Oracle. The same as with the Raven's Prophecy Tarot down there. I've got books from the series that I want to read, so I want to bring that out. Solitary Witch is in there. That needs to come out. This is what happens every time, which is why I have a trolley full of decks. But isn't it a nice problem to have? Okay, there were so many. So can you believe it, guys? I've never ever worked with the Druidcraft Tarot ever. So Druidcraft Tarot is coming out. The Deviant Moon is a must for this time of year. I'm also going to pair it with the Gentle Tarot in a tin. I think the colours of the Magical Spirit Oracle are going to be great. My very first Soul deck is coming out, Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. So I've brought out the Solitary Witch as well. I'm also going to bring out the Inner Queen Oracle as well. I might bring out the Reclaim Oracle too. So, right. Okay. That's a lot of decks. And there's still so many more I've left that I'd love to work with. But let's just whittle these down a little bit. Oh my gosh, I haven't even done this shelf behind me. Anything screaming out. Yep, Literary Witches. Yep, Somnia. That deck in the brain box there. Okay, there's even more. Oh my gosh, okay. So Luna's decided to join us, guys, for some company. I want some company, darling. And I'm on my very squeaky wicker chair, so you're going to have to excuse that. But you can see I have swapped all the decks. I'm really excited. Now, does this mean that I'm going to get to all of these decks? No, absolutely not. It absolutely doesn't. But it just helps me to not get too overwhelmed with my big tarot and oracle deck collection, because I don't want to be overwhelmed. I want to love it. I collect decks as well as use them. I love all of my decks, but I think sometimes the pressure to try and get to them all can steal the joy. And if I only say focus on 2 or 3 of these, then that's fine by me. But it's just really lovely. It's a nice way, just I think, to touch base with a collection, to kind of have a current focus holding space. And just like with my wicker unit here, this trolley was found by the side of the road in absolutely perfect clean condition. So yeah, people just throwing big furniture out for the bin men to come and collect. So this was another roadside find, and I love it. So I am not going to open all of these decks and show you, because I'm trying to keep videos slightly shorter, otherwise it's really impossible for me to upload them. But I will just quickly show you just generally what I decided to keep on the trolley this time. So on this top shelf are a lot of the oracles. So for autumn, as we're losing the leaves on the trees, I just have to bring out Mags's amazing Tree Whisper Oracle. Now I know that Mags has got she got another 2 decks as well. Gosh, I'd love them all, but I've got this one. I'm thrilled I've got this one. So this is the Tree Whisper Oracle. That's got to come out. The other one in the bag that I showed you in the wicker basket was this one. Now this has never been used, and this is a unicorn deck that I desperately wanted. And this is the Tapestry Tarot. A very strange tarot, this one, with keywords all the way around it. It's kind of fabric sculpture. It's got this really strange sort of doll-like vibe to the characters made out of fabric. It's very strange, I think, but just absolutely fascinating. Look at this. At times, look at this, it can be a little bit spooky, I think. A lot of people find that with sort of doll imagery. Can't wait to use this one. That was an absolute must. This one has seriously been calling to me. So the other ones in bags, this is the newest deck that I bought. I bought this secondhand on eBay. It was only a few pounds. This is because I am now absolutely fascinated with liminal space and that idea of doorways or portals or entrances to other worlds. I went online trying to find a tarot deck to do with doorways and entries into like somewhere else, and this one came up, the what's it called, the Tarot of the 78 Doors. So this is coming out as well. Those are the backs on it. Look, very liminal space. Alongside that one, if I reach up onto my altar, I also bought the Divine Doors. This is one of those little rock pool mini decks. This is one actually that I wanted for a while, but I bought the 2 together. Look at this. So I've already been using this upon my tarot altar. I mean, look how liminal that is. So that I'm really excited about. So those are 2 decks that are exploring liminal space. Another deck in a bag, that is another deck that I think reminds me of some strange world in between. It does have sort of almost like a dreamlike liminal space quality to it. Is the Carnival at the End of the World Tarot. Again, this is a deck that hasn't had enough use, and I would like to put that right. It's very dream world, isn't it? It has all these strange characters in that you might bump into in some sort of dream like state. I think it's perfect for what I'm exploring, so that's why that one is out. And those are the backs of it. And then the other one in a bag, which hasn't had enough use, was a deck swap that I did on a Facebook group last year. And this is the Anna Kay Tarot. Love this Judgment card so much. And again, this feels like a village that you would find like in between worlds as well. There's something otherworldly about the faces and the people in this deck, but I think it's a great deck for expressing emotions, expressing card meaning. It's one that I'm really excited to work with. So the Anna Kay is out. In this cute little gnome pouch, there is the Brian Froud Fairy Oracle. Again, brilliant for this time of year, brilliant for other worlds, like exploring creatures of the other world, energy of the other world. The Literary Witches oracle, one of my all-time favourite oracles. The Ravenswand Oracle has made the cut because I've got the first novel in the series of novels that goes with this, and I've had it for a while and I really want to read it, so that's on my reading list. And the Magical Spirit Oracle is on there because of its colour palette. The Dragon Path Oracle cards, along with the Dragon Tarot, along with the Smoke, Ash and Embers. So to explore some dragon energy, those are out. So the Dragon Tarot needs unboxing, as does this oracle, Cowgirls and Aliens. I can't wait to unbox this one. I've got a few decks that need unboxing, including the latest deck from Three Trees Tarot, which was a beautiful gift from my friend. I think I need to do a video for all of the decks that aren't unboxed. I definitely know I've got 5 decks that aren't unboxed yet, so I might do an unboxing video to get everything open. I don't like things being in plastic. So anyway, there's dragon decks out. So there is the Inner Queen Oracle, the Light Visions, the Gentle. Oh, I bought the Goblin Market Tarot out. I wanted to work with that. On the second shelf, we've got Les Vampires and Somnia. That's the new deck from Three Trees Tarot. Raven's Prophecy. I've got another 2 books in the Raven's Prophecy series to read. I've read the first 4, but there's some add-on books that I want to read. The Deviant Moon, Dark Grimoire, and the Lord of the Rings. I recently tracked down the guidebook for this deck, and like cozy nights in with the Hobbit movies and the Lord of the Ring movies, that's what I'm looking forward to at this time of year. Hence this deck has come out. I love this deck so much. Then we've got the Hush Tarot, the Tarot de la Nuit, and the Guardians of the Night Tarot. Perfect for going into the dark part of the year. Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. We've already seen the dragon decks here. The Solitary Witch Tarot. My witchcraft practice is really coming to the forefront of my practice with tarot, to be honest, guys, and my art witchery, so I'm really called back to this one. The Shimmering Veil, linked to that core to the Liminor, so I want that one to come out. This is a really nice pip deck for this time of the year, to continue that idea of a more pictorial deck with a pip deck. So that one has come out. I think the John Bauer just feels like cozy nights in with books. The Druid Craft. Shadowlands, I've still got to finish getting the gilding off the edges of the Shadowland and modding that deck. I've left the Avalonian Oracle out in case I want to pair it with the Druid Craft. We talked about the Cow Girls and Aliens deck, and that's it, guys. That is what's on the trolley for moving into the next season. So I can always do a separate deck pairing of these new decks video if you'd like. I can also do an opening of decks that I've still got sealed up, which I don't like. But that's it. That's the swap over of the tarot trolley. I hope you enjoyed just a quick little glimpse of my spaces that I work in and the decks that I use and where I store my deck. I always love to see like people's shelves or cupboards with tarot in, even if they're not getting all the cards out, which would just take forever. I think I'm just generally nosy about people's spaces. Look, I also haven't even looked at this drawer, which has got like things that I think are like a more classic deck. So I've got my Rider-Waite's and my Say decks in here. So yeah, we've not even touched on that. So yeah, but it was fun. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.